this video, I'll walk you through how to use priority content monitoring to track only specific SharePoint sites. But why would you want to do that? There are several reasons. For example, you may have SharePoint sites containing highly sensitive information or critical company secrets. If your investigators are overwhelmed with the alerts, their priority would naturally be to focus on IRM policies related to these special assets. Another reason is the ability to configure different thresholds for different SharePoint sites. For instance, you might want to set lower thresholds for certain sites while leaving the default thresholds for others. Note, while this is an effective way to manage your IRM policies and alerts, keep in mind that currently you can configure a maximum of 20 IRM policies per each risk management policy template. In Microsoft Purview portal, go to the Insider Risk Management and choose Create Policy. Choose Data Leaks Policy Template. Click Next, and in the next screen of the wizard, name your policy. Click Next, leave the All Users and Groups selected, and click Next again and again. And in this screen, we are going to choose I want to prioritize content and clear everything except SharePoint sites. In the next screen, we are going to select the SharePoint sites that we are going to prioritize. I want this IRM policy to monitor Cloud Confidential SharePoint site. So I'm typing it in, and here it is. I'm selecting Cloud Confidential, adding it. And why don't we add another site here? We're going to add the Finance Hub. And here you are. We have two SharePoint sites selected for this policy, Finance Hub and Cloud Confidential. Click Next. This screen allows to specify which alerts we want. The first option is to get alerts for all activities. However, this option defeats the purpose of creating a priority content, which are our SharePoint sites. We only want to monitor these two sites, and we only want to get alerts from the activities related to these SharePoint sites. Therefore, we need to select Get Alerts only for activity that includes priority content option. Click Next and choose Triggering Event for this policy. We're going to use User Performs an Exfiltration Activity. And here are all of the indicators that you can use that will trigger the policy. For instance, downloading content from the SharePoint or sending email with the attachments will trigger this policy. Click Next, and we are going to choose thresholds for triggering events. This is one of the reasons why you might want to have a policy for specific SharePoint site. For example, if you want to have a lower threshold for the total number of activities for downloading content from the SharePoint. Since these two SharePoint sites are critical, I lowered the threshold for downloading activities and click Next. For the indicators, I'm going to accept all selected indicators and click Next. In the detection options screen, I'm going to make sure that all sequences are selected. In the Choose Thresholds Type for Indicators screen, let's select Choose Your Own Thresholds. And here are some of the thresholds you can adjust. To those of you who are unfamiliar with the thresholds, particularly if you're confused why we have to adjust thresholds in a few screens, I'm going to be releasing more IRM content in December. Click Next and review your policy. The Content to Prioritize section lists two SharePoint sites and has the note, only scoring activity that includes priority content. Click the Submit button and IRM will provision the policy. And here it is, the policy was successfully created. Click Done. And this concludes today's video. Thank you for watching.